Rock legend Mick Jagger has shared new insights into the Beatles' rise to fame, highlighting how the Fab Four kept things simple despite their massive success. In a recent interview, the Rolling Stones frontman recalled how the Beatles' trip to America in 1964 changed music history forever, as their hit "I Want to Hold Your Hand" dominated the charts, and their appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show launched them into superstardom. Jagger described the impact of the Beatles' arrival in the US as nothing short of revolutionary. British artists had made an impression in America before, but this was different, he said. When "I Want to Hold Your Hand" took over the airwaves, it was everywhere. And then they played The Ed Sullivan Show, and that was it. The whole world was watching. According to Jagger, the Beatles' success triggered a massive cultural shift. It was like an explosion, he explained. After that, everyone wanted to be in a band. Beginners, amateurs, even experienced musicians. The Beatles made it feel possible for anyone to pick up a guitar and play. That was the magic of it. Despite the overwhelming fame, Jagger noted that the Beatles remained surprisingly grounded. He credited John Lennon as the key figure who ensured they never lost their simplicity. Wherever the Beatles went, they were met with hysteria, Jagger said. Fans were screaming, crying, desperate for autographs. It would have been easy for them to lose themselves in that kind of attention, but John Lennon wouldn't let that happen. Jagger described Lennon as the driving force behind the Beatles' ability to stay humble. John was incredibly sharp, very intelligent, and had this biting sense of humor, he said. If any of the guys started getting too full of themselves, John would bring them right back down. He never let anyone take themselves too seriously. According to Jagger, Lennon's wit and sarcasm kept the band in check. John could see through the nonsense, he said. He made sure they didn't get caught up in their own myth. That's what kept the Beatles real. They weren't just icons, they were four guys who loved making music together. Jagger believes the Beatles' legacy goes far beyond their chart-topping hits. They didn't just change music, they changed culture, he said. They made people believe in music, and through it all, they never lost their sense of fun and camaraderie. That's why they're still loved today. Reflecting on their friendship, Jagger spoke warmly about Lennon. "John was one of the most entertaining people I've ever met," he said. "He was funny, smart, and always had something clever to say. But more than that, he was the reason the Beatles stayed grounded. He made sure they never forgot where they came from." Even decades later, Jagger remains in awe of the Beatles' influence. "They were simple in the best way possible," he said, "and that's what made them great."